In 1795, the Spanish warship Triumfante sank off the coast of Catalonia, carrying with it the secrets of 18th century naval warfare and shipbuilding. Over 2 centuries later, a dedicated team of underwater archaeologists embarked on an ambitious mission to uncover its mysteries. This excavation not only revealed the ship's innovative construction, but also provided a fascinating glimpse into the lives of its crew. How did these discoveries reshape our understanding of maritime history? Watch till the end to discover the marvels of underwater archaeology. The story of the 18th century Spanish warship Triumfante begins not with its construction or its voyages, but with its rediscovery centuries after it sank. Located off the coast of Catalonia, Spain, the Triumfante lay hidden beneath the waves, its wooden hull gradually being consumed by time and the sea. The ship was launched in 1755 and was a formidable force in the Spanish Armada. It was part of a naval fleet designed during the reign of King Ferdinand VI to incorporate innovative English shipbuilding techniques and serve the Spanish Navy for 40 years before it met its fate in 1795. The Triumfante was discovered in the late 20th century by a team of marine archaeologists who were surveying the Catalonian coast. The initial excitement of the discovery was tempered by the realization of the challenges ahead. The ship was buried under meters of sediment and sand, and its once robust wooden structure had been weakened by centuries of exposure to the elements and marine organisms. The first phase of the excavation involved careful documentation and planning. Divers used advanced underwater technology, including industrial dredges adapted for archaeological work to remove the layers of sand that covered the ship. The team had to work meticulously as the delicate remains of the Triumfante could easily be damaged by sudden movements or improper handling. As the sand was removed, the team began to uncover the ship's structure. Despite the ravages of time, the Triumfante's overall form had remained remarkably intact. The process of excavation and documentation is painstaking and requires a blend of traditional archaeological techniques and modern technology. The team used suction hoses to remove sediment gently, revealing the ship's timbers and the objects trapped within them. Every discovery was meticulously documented, from the arrangements of the timbers to the smallest artifacts found between the frames. The initial exploration of the Triumfante provided invaluable insights into the ship's construction and its historical content. The ship represented a significant moment in naval engineering, a hybrid of Spanish and English design elements brought together by the renowned Spanish scientist Jorge Juan. His espionage mission to England had brought back advanced shipbuilding techniques, which were implemented in the construction of the Triumfante. With the initial exploration complete, the underwater archaeologists turned their focus to the detailed excavation and recovery of artifacts from the Triumfante. This phase required not only technical skill, but also patience and precision, as the team carefully extracted and preserved the ship's remnants and the artifacts it held. The first major task was to stabilize the site. Divers set up grids and reference points to map the excavation area meticulously. This systematic approach ensured that every artifact's position was recorded, allowing for a comprehensive reconstruction of the ship's layout and the context in which each item was found. One of the most significant finds was a collection of muskets, their barrels encrusted with marine growth. These firearms, once wielded by the ship's crew, were found nestled among the timbers of the hull. Alongside the muskets, archaeologists uncovered an array of personal items belonging to the sailors, including buttons, buckles, and fragments of leather shoes. These small, everyday objects provided a personal connection to the individuals who served on the Triumfante. In addition to personal items, the excavation team discovered several larger artifacts integral to the ship's operation. Cannonballs and fragments of the ship's cannons were unearthed, showing the ship's role in naval warfare. The presence of various tools and implements, such as hammers, nails, and pulleys, highlighted the daily activities and maintenance work performed by the crew. The ship's construction materials also emerged from the seabed, revealing insights into the shipbuilding techniques of the time. Timbers from the hull, preserved almost intact, allowed archaeologists to study the innovative methods used in the Triumfante's construction. The ship's keel, frames, and planking illustrated the blend of English and Spanish shipbuilding practices, a hallmark of its design. Among the most intriguing finds were the remnants of the ship's rigging and sails. Sections of rope, wooden blocks, and even fragments of canvas were recovered. These elements, critical to the ship's maneuverability and speed, helped paint a comprehensive picture of the Triumphante's capabilities. The excavation process also revealed remnants of the ship's provisions and stores. Clay pipes, pottery shards, and glass bottles indicated the types of goods that were carried on board. Contrary to popular belief, underwater archaeology isn't just about diving and discovering. It also involves extensive laboratory work and research. This phase makes up a significant portion of the archaeological process. At the center of underwater archaeology of Catalonia in Girona, these artifacts underwent various restoration processes. The lab, a model for studying and restoring archaeological pieces, was equipped to handle the diverse materials recovered from the Triumphante. The artifacts included organic objects like wood, leather, and ropes, as well as non-organic items like iron, bronze, and lead. Each material presented unique challenges due to its long submersion. One of the critical problems faced by the conservators was the buildup of encrustations and deposits on the artifacts. These layers often included invertebrate organisms like the Teredo nivalis, or shipworm, which burrowed into the wood, creating large limestone galleries and weakening the structure. To remove these deposits, the conservators used a combination of chemical and mechanical cleaning methods. Precision tools along with household objects helped them carefully clean the surfaces without damaging the underlying material. The pieces were then submerged in freshwater tanks for months to undergo a desalinization process, which involved regular checks of the salt concentration to ensure the accumulated salt slowly dissolved. The preservation of archaeological wood posed another significant challenge. After centuries underwater, the wood cellulose, which originally held its structure, was lost, leaving only water to retain its shape. Removing these pieces from water without controlled drying would result in irreversible degradation. Therefore, techniques like lyophilization, where the wood is frozen and then dried in a vacuum chamber, were used to preserve the shape of the wood by transitioning the water from solid to gas without passing through a liquid state. Another method employed was PEG, polyethylene glycol saturation. In this process, the wooden artifacts were immersed in a solution of water and synthetic wax at a temperature close to 60 degrees Celsius. Gradually increasing the wax concentration replaced the water inside the wood, maintaining the object's shape. For ferrous materials, the team used electrolysis, applying low-voltage electricity to remove the corrosion and halt oxidation. This method helped clean and stabilize the metal artifacts, making them suitable for preservation and study. After the arduous excavation of the Triumphante, the journey of preservation began. Between the timbers of the ship's hold, archaeologists discovered a musket covered by a layer of buildup from ions, corrosion, and sea organisms. This buildup had adhered the weapon to the wood, necessitating careful extraction. Any sudden movement would cause irreparable damage. Once detached, the musket was immobilized with a lifting balloon and carefully brought to the surface. Upon reaching the port, the most delicate phase commenced, the transfer of archaeological materials. These pieces had to be kept in water to prevent further degradation. Although some objects could momentarily be removed from the water, they needed to remain moist until they arrived at the laboratory. The actual underwater work, which constitutes about 40% of the total archaeological process, is just the beginning. The subsequent stages include meticulous laboratory work and extensive library research. The Center for Underwater Archaeology of Catalonia in Girona is a model for the study and restoration of such archaeological pieces. Here, conservators undertake various restoration processes for the diverse objects retrieved from the Triumphante. These objects range from organic materials like wood, leather, and ropes to non-organic ones like iron, bronze, and lead. The process begins with chemical and mechanical cleaning to remove deposits from the object surfaces. This cleaning involves precision tools to household objects. Items are then submerged for months in freshwater tanks for desalinization, monitored regularly for salt concentration to ensure the gradual removal of salt accumulated over centuries. Archaeological wood, having lost its cellulose structure, relies on water to retain its shape. removing water could cause irreversible degradation. Hence, conservators perform controlled drying using techniques like lyophilization and PEG saturation. Lyophilization involves freezing the pieces and then placing them in a vacuum chamber where the frozen water sublimates, preserving the shape. PEG saturation involves immersing the pieces in a polyethylene glycol solution, which replaces the water inside the wood, preserving the shape. Juan's new construction system combined English and French-Spanish building techniques, creating revolutionary and better ships. The English construction details, breaking away from Spanish tradition, included vertical joints in the keel, the addition of deadwood, and filling empty spaces between the frames, resulting in a more solid and compact structure. However, the implementation of this system faced challenges due to linguistic barriers and the entrenched Spanish construction methods. Political and technical changes led to the replacement of these innovative practices with traditional Spanish methods, and the arrival of François Gauthier from France in 1763 marked a complete shift of French construction techniques, abandoning the English practices introduced by Juan. Despite the Triumfante being a milestone in naval engineering, it eventually became a hybrid of French and Spanish systems. Underwater archaeology has revealed which parts of the Triumfante belong to each tradition. The ship's development, maintenance, and changes over its 40-year life until its sinking in 1795 are documented archaeologically. The Triumfante remains protected by sea sediments, a testament to the failed project of the Enlightenment, which sought to revolutionize Spanish shipbuilding with innovative techniques but ultimately reverted to tradition. Yet, many more ships and stories lie beneath the waves, waiting to surface. If you enjoyed exploring the mysteries of the Triumfante and learning about the fascinating world of underwater archaeology, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories and discoveries from beneath the waves. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below and let us know what you found most intriguing.